What are some of the challenges that young people with disabilities are facing with employment, or have you noticed any?
There are a number of challenges identifying themselves what their capacities are, if they have the ability to do that. The parent allowing them to explore their capacities. Many of the parents have said, well, maybe competitive employment is not the way to go with a youth. And I don't know what to do. What should I do? They're not just going to sit at home. And many of them have said that some of the things that the kid has really great aspirations for, that's a hobby. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a hobby. It could be entrepreneurship. It could be self-employment. A fine example of that, and I like to say that, is that one parent said that her daughter does nails very well, a nail technician. She said, but that's a hobby. And I said, oh, no. That's not a hobby.
That's a trade.
You need to take it is a trade.
That's a trade.
And there is training that can be done for that. And if that is what she's interested in, why not explore that possibility? And so make a list of those things that you find that your student does well in your environment. And then take a look at that and discuss that, because that could be something that could possibly lead to more independence of living, because parents have to realize you're not going to be around forever.
Yeah, one of the things that we've pointed out through our transition series is a lot of times parents, and not to any fault of their own, they're often focused on what the child can't do, as opposed to not necessarily seeing what they can do. Yeah. So, like for example, the nails, where the parent might have just viewed it as a hobby, is actually, that's a job. That's a job that could pay for, pay rent, get them to and from work.
That's right.
Do you have a comment or a question?
Good afternoon, ladies. How you doing?
Hi, how are
Great.
you?
How are you?
I was just listening, and a very interesting topic that y'all talking about. But I just heard you just stated about the young lady, the child's daughter, could do fingernails. Those nails that y'all ladies do. Well, is there a test that they need to take before they become like beauticians and stuff? Will the child could do the nails, but will the child be able to take the test to pass, to get the certification or whatever not? Or do they give them a special test to take where they maybe could be certified to do nails, or a beautician, or whatever, a child that might have talent for? And let me get out. First of all, did you understand what I was saying to you?
Oh, yeah, we
All
are.
right, let me get out the air so I can hear your response. And again, very, very good topics, and thank you.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, of course, and if you're looking at it for the purpose of cosmetology and general health, and there is a certification that has to be taken. We cannot judge whether or not that child will have the capacity to pass those tests, even though that could be a hobby and it could be built into entrepreneurship. Of course, there are certifications that have to be taken, and it is up to the capacity of that student and that parent that's working with that child, whether or not they can, be able to pass a certification test or even go through that type of training. Of course, that training is required.
Yeah, and another thing is one of the reasons why this is kind of like in the realm of eligibility versus entitled.
Yes.
It comes down to what is, what can the person do. Mm-hmm. So she could probably, there's a possibility she could pass the test, there's a possibility she couldn't, but we honestly don't know unless we try.
Yeah. So. And the whole idea there is to make sure that they have access to whatever the potential and possibilities are to make that determination. And that's why it's very important that as young people go through school, whatever the case may be, that the parent assure that they're looking at whatever plans there are, a transition plan that's set up for them, and look at assessment and capacity. Make sure that they are working to make sure that those things are in order as they move forward to create independence for themselves. we serve as service connectors. So that and what I say to that concerned parent group each month is that if you're not aware of what resources are there and you have an idea of what kind of service you need, bring it to the table and we will help you service connect. That's foremost what our goal is, to make sure that we are connecting you with the potential services or agencies that can provide that service that you are in need of. So, and by no stretch of the imagination do we proclaim that we have all the answers, but we're here to help you meet the goals that are set for you according to the capacity that you have.